Well, check this out. Photo booths have been around now for 100 years. They've fallen out of fashion in recent decades. Now, though, that could be changing thanks to Gen Z. Marquise Francis shows us how there's a new resurgence in an old trend.
It is so much fun watching people come in and out of the photo booth and seeing their reaction to their strips. Just laughing hysterically. Usually people are not ready for the first strobe to fire.
They're caught off guard and it's a very silly moment.
The analog photo booth officially turns 100 years old next year, but there are only about 200 working booths left in the world. And a small community of photographers and artists are trying to keep the machines alive.
We run and operate Old Friend Photo Booth in New York City.
I feel like most of the people using the booth are of a younger generation that didn't have these growing up. When it rains, people will wait in the rain.
We've had the line up to an hour and a half.
It's all analog. There's, electricity and relays and that kind of thing that operate the booth, but there's no computer.
It is the earliest selfie.
Almost a century ago, Anatole Josepho invented the first photo booth, called the Photomaton. The machines are like mini darkrooms. Your pictures are captured on light-sensitive paper that are then dunked in a bunch of chemical tanks to develop and deliver them to you. But the booths are a pain to maintain. So in the early 2000s, a lot of companies switched them out for digital ones, replacing all the mechanical parts with a computer that printed out strips.
I found my first photo booth in a thrift store in Alabama.
Bree now owns about 50 photo booths. 20 of them are placed across 7 states, and she's working to restore the rest.
When I got into the photo booth industry, it seemed like a lot of the booths were being sold to celebrities and just rich people collecting dust in their house. And so my whole goal was really to get as many booths as I could and put them in places where anybody could use them.
The analog photo booth industry was almost destroyed by the Russia-Ukraine war.
The paper for the photo booths was made in Russia, and when the Russian war started, no shipments from Russia were allowed into the US, and so we were cut off. A lot of photo booth technicians went under because they couldn't get the paper and there was no hope.
Bree credits Gen Z's renewed interest in photo booths as one of the reasons why other companies were willing to start making the paper.
And when we found one that worked, it's not ideal, but it works, and it's our only option. But it's definitely an endless battle.
I feel like we really need photo booths again. Right now, people are really looking for something to feel connected again. We don't know how long photo booths will be alive for.
And I think that's also something that's kind of beautiful and special about it. It's just being very present with it, not knowing how much longer we have.
The old school way of doing it. Marquise Francis with our story.